Hey everybody, it's AD Prop Push, and today we are going to be continuing approximately up. I was able to play around on some of the controls this morning, and I think I've learned quite a bit. So let's see if we can make a pretty nice ship. And I do have something in mind that I will be referencing on and off. So let's see how good my shipbuilding skills are. I think the first thing I should actually do is I need to make sure that I have determined the base bare minimum of this ship, which is going to be the bottom section of the ship. And I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. All right, that is the bare minimum of the length of the bottom of the ship that I would like to see. I need to make sure that I can fit a door in there. In the smallest way possible. Which is going to be that right there. Nice. Now the question is... yeah, we should be able to do that. I think that should give me kind of the shape of the bottom of the ship. Now, I need to work closer to the top of the ship, which I think I'm going to do probably 14. I'm trying to see. Is that about right? Is that about right? I think it needs to go one more. There we go, there we go. Hold on, I can't actually see any of that. Hi, how's it going? Alright, let's see here. Let's... That's not right. That's not right. There we go. Let's see. Probably one, maybe two more back. And that'll give us kind of that rough shape that I'm looking for. Let's see. Trying to... I think that's it. I think that's the shape I'm looking for. Now, I've got to try to get it from the upward view. Width-wise, we're looking about right around in here to be the thickest part of the ship. About right here. It's about 1/3 of the ship. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 15. Now that makes it easy. This will be the thickest part of the ship. Now the question is how wide do I need to go with that? It's probably probably about 7 wide. So we'll do 3 on either side. There we go. We can kind of fill in some of the empty spaces that I know that things will go. In the meantime. And now let's see. When we get to the back, I think that this right here is probably going to be about right. Let me get down to this level to make it a little easier to place some of these blocks. Oop, I placed a block by accident. Let me fix that one. There we go, there we go. Get out of here. All right. Hey, a little sword. Or something else. All right, let's see. We can go ahead and put that one there. And we could probably do something like that. It's got kind of a roundish shape. Especially going out this way. I would say up to about right here. It's got kind of that wider body. What does this look like? That's about right. I think that. Hey, how's it going? How's it going, Ray K? Let's see. What do we... Is that about the ship's shape? I think I need to get rid of the back blocks. I think that that's a little too wide back there. And maybe these as well. I think that we need to narrow down the back end just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Get rid of that one. That one. These. Now it does need these blocks though, I feel like. We could probably even do something like that. That might get the general shape. Is that about right? I think that's it, guys. Well, hold on. These corners right here need to chill out just a little bit. It looks like a pretty good rough end of it. The only other thing I can think of to really try to tie in some of the edges is we might be able to throw in some of these. Not that one. This one? This one. We might be able to throw in some of these guys to kind of clean up the edges. As know what I was trying to do. This, however, is... There we go. Oh. I doubt I keep this, but I'm curious. No, it's got a blunt in. It needs to stay. I was gonna put like a little tip. But it's kind of got a blunted in. If anything, it would be more like this at the back. You know what? Let's do that actually. Completely unnecessary, but I'll throw it in there. I'll probably delete every bit of this little part here. I don't know. I might actually keep it. I might keep that. Hold on. All right. Let's get back to this. No more. Let's not goof around too much. We got a lot of work to do here. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. What did I do over here? I didn't do that. I think I should. Because I know it's a little bit of a sharp... That's a little bit too sharp, I feel like, over there. Oop. That actually plays something? It did. How do we look? How do we look? I think that's pretty spot on. I would say that this little section over here needs to bow out a little bit more, though. Not quite there, though. All right, so I think we are going to go ahead and actually change these into this. It's almost too boxy there. Check, TikTok, check. My TikTok chat's not showing up. That's annoying. Hold on. Let me see something. Plugins, accounts. It's supposed to be connected. It's just not popping up on there. Okay, hold on. I guess I'm going to have to open up the other chat box. That's annoying. Alright, there you are. What am I making? I'm making a ship. I'm trying to make the Planet Express ship from Futurama. I think that would be a fun little thing. Futurama is one of my favorite shows from back in the day. I will say though, I'm not let down by the new the restart of the series, but I'm not the most happy with it either. All right. I think we can do one more big block here and then taper it off more towards the back. Because I do feel like you don't really realize it, but it's a very fat ship. And I may actually end up doing it all the way up to right here now that I'm looking at it a little bit. Trying to make a round ship out of square blocks is something. All these squares make a circle. It's kind of like the pizza box thing. Got a round pizza in a square box with triangle slices. Love it. All right, let's see here. There we go. That might be better. That might be better. Plus, it's going to look nicer on the inside of the ship. It's going to help me out with that. A lot more space to do things in. Probably more space than I'll ever need for a single piloted vessel. All right, so now one of the things I also got to do is I got to tie that into that down there. We're going to figure that out here more in just a second. However, let's make sure we have the general shape of the ship. I went too far. That's definitely too far by... The front almost is good. It actually needs to be narrower. I should have left it alone. I got too much into it. Hold on. So it does have quite the round shape. I think this one here definitely needs to go. I'm trying to debate. We'll pull this back. I had it closer the first time. I should have just kept my judgment. But I went against my better judge. Well, I don't know about my better judgment. I went against my first initial judgment, and I did too much. It's just that looks so dang boxy, and that don't look right either now. What did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's supposed to be about the widest part of the ship. Let's see here. What if I did this? Will this help it out any? If I was to actually place maybe one of these in there? Oop. Well, not that, there. Rotate, place, and we'll throw in that. And then we can maybe do kind of the same thing here. We're gonna get it narrowed down to something here soon. Ooh, that's looking pretty close. That's looking pretty close. Hold on. This is the problem on this block, though. It looked so goofy. I'm trying to imagine the curve. This little section right here needs to come out just a little bit. So by taking that one away and putting that. Skirt. All right, we'll take this one and replace it with that. I think this is gonna get it. That might have it. That might have it. I'm trying to compare. I'm trying to compare. So it's not much of a point. It's almost like a perfect oval. I think it should only be about 3 big blocks. So we need to trim down this backside starting right here. It does kind of hold a shape for a while coming out the back. So we can throw in one of these guys. Hey, welcome Emilio. Thank you for joining in. Appreciate the little bit of moderation you do. It's much appreciated, friend. It just looks goofy. All right, so this one needs another one of these square blocks, I think is what it is. But we can kind of round off some of these with this. Good day to you as well. All right, we got that really, really round shape. I think we're just about there. We're gonna get this one placed right here. And I think that might actually have it. I think that might be it. All right, so what we're gonna do, so we don't have to go through and try to figure out what we did on that side and transfer it over to this side. We'll just make a quick little edit here. We're gonna delete that side. Copy this side. See. There it is. That's the ship. That's it. That's the shape. That is almost dead on. All right, so now the question is do we want to attack it from the side angle? Oh no, I deleted my door. Make sure that that is where it's supposed to be. Beautiful. Okay. All right, so the first thing that I want to try to... Dang it, not that though. is we got to try to get the shapes down right here. Let's go ahead and do this. That way we can get kind of a rough end. I'll probably change out some of these blocks. This is just to kind of help make sure I'm following the pattern appropriately. Because it dips down a little bit and then it starts to kind of come in. So like this here would definitely need to be more... Hold on. Make this a little easier. We'll do that and then come back and delete that one. But I also need to make sure that I'm freed up here. So we'll just kind of focus on this right here. There we go. I'm not going to completely seal this in just yet. All right, let's get a little bit of a look off the side angle. So what I'm trying to do is connect the bottom of the ship to the top of the ship. And it's a pretty smooth transition actually coming off of this. It's not sharp. So we could really probably just beef up this bottom portion quite a bit. I finally downloaded Chameleon. I love it. Oh, nice! It is. It's worth it. 1000%. I recommend that game. Let's see here. And then I can also delete blocks as we go too. My biggest thing right now is trying to get the rough in shape. Yeah, it depends on the lobbies you get into as well, but yes, it is if you play it enough, you definitely learn some different spots, and you can, once you kind of figure out the paints and what to do on it, you can get really good pretty quickly on that game, unless you just don't have that artistic skill at all and maybe colorblind or very shaky hand, something along those lines. That might hinder you a bit, but it's an easy and fun game to get into. There's definitely some people that are a lot better than others. I might have to actually do this shape just because of how far I had to extend the base of the ship down. But at the same time, let me look. So looking at the ship from like a back perspective, that actually is going to work, I think. I mean, like I said, it's a fat ship. This one right here will definitely work like that. Here, let me just do this real quick. And if I have to, I can come back and delete some. So what are we playing this night? So this is called Approximately Up. So what it is the main storyline matters, but it doesn't matter. That's not why most people probably are going to play this game. However, what it is just to give you the lore of the game, I guess. Your ship or your company, there's like this event, the solar event that caused a bunch of crashes on a lot of ships. And the goal of the game is all those ships that have crashed, we have to go and collect the packages on. And one of the things you have to do is consistently upgrade and build your ship so that you can go to some of these further places to retrieve the packages. That's where the game actually is sitting at, is you have to go and essentially make new ships to be able to get to some of these places. I don't know if I like that. I'm trying to figure that part out. Hold on. I didn't see that message. Oh, yep. Oh, yeah. It's a pretty fun and interesting game. However, it does have its own set of challenges. All right, so what I need to do is I need to get one of these guys in here as well, because I'm starting to use more and more stuff. But the building mechanic on it's quite fun. And then later on, there's actually spots where you have to wire the ship and things like that. And you have to run the wires themselves and everything. Very tedious, also very fun. It's something that I really can get into. I'm also gonna need this here. It's looking good. Yeah, so I don't know if you're familiar with the old TV show Futurama. If you're offended by me calling it old, I'm sorry. But it was one of the shows that I watched, so I'm right there with you. Let's see. I don't like that sticking out like it is. So I'm hoping that this piece right here will help kind of fix up some of that. Well, no, because I gotta keep it at least that wide. So let's bring that piece back. That's not the direction I'm trying to turn it. There we go. Maybe I can use this up here to make it look a little bit nicer. Doesn't quite look like it. I'm familiar with it. Ah, yes. Well, what I'm trying to do is make the Planet Express ship, the ship that they use in that show, whenever they kind of go around. Of course, with some modifications, because I got to be able to get away into the ship and load things into the ship. And I don't have mechanical parts that can go up and down. However, I can make it look pretty darn close with what I got. And can make it try to mimic as much as I can. Alright, so what we're probably going to have to do with that part is a regular box. Get rid of that and kind of leave it as more of a boxy. There we go. And we'll get rid of that. There we go. That'll probably do. This is a very involved design mechanics game. It is. It really is. Like I said, there's sections in there where you'll even have to do all of the wiring. The wires can't cross each other. Certain wires have to go a certain way. They got to plug into certain components appropriately. You have to route them through the walls to the engines and things like that as well. So like it is indeed a very, very involved designing game. I'm gonna try it out. Yeah, I recommend it. It definitely takes a little bit of time to get used to some of the mechanics, but once you get there, it's not that bad. All right, I'm trying to see how big of a drop. I think that's probably what, from the center line, it goes down a good little drop. So I can probably actually do like a quick rotation of this. And all of those there, including that one. I think we should be able to drop it straight down. Actually, with these right here, I could probably switch over to these guys. Oop, that didn't go where I wanted it to. I feel like you're the one person I only find good games from playing. I do a good variety of games, so it's definitely something that's going to happen. There's definitely games I pick up that I'm like, oh yeah, that wasn't worth it. I sometimes won't say it if it is, but I won't promote it very heavily either. Just because somebody out there in the world definitely did take the time to make this game. And I did trash talk a game one time, and I felt very bad. Dev seen my stream, commented on it, and said, I'm sorry. I did my best. It's my first game. And I was just like, Oh, that's horrible. I sound like an absolute a-hole right now. And the thing that I critiqued that game with, I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but what it was is he had such an amazing thing going, and then he turned it into a gag at the very end because he just didn't have time to work on it, which I get. People get busy. He got busy. But I was just so disappointed because the game was really going really well. And then you get to the part where the game looks like it's about to really take off and it just ends. And it's like, wait, what? All this was a dream? No, this can't be the end. This is awful. And I went in there and I just started really going at it. And I felt so awful after the fact. All right, let's see here. I think it's safe to say we can place these blocks right there. Coming out. Oh, darn it. Get out of here. There's that one. There's that one. It's a little bit more rounded than that, actually. Which, if I put the little triangles in there, that'll make that go out. But I think it's also safe to say that I can replace these guys with the bigger blocks, actually. I gotta make sure this first one gets placed right. Is that right? Yeah. I think so, right? Yeah. That's fine. That's fine. I don't know if I'll ever actually have like a need for that particular area. You know what? We could start rounding it right there as well. Because we're also starting to get too wide. Some of these sections, so I need to delete probably that one as well, because it definitely shouldn't be as wide as this up here. That looks good. That's good. There we go. And what we can do, oop. There we go. I think that might have it. I was gonna say, come on. Get where I want you. Oh, hold on. That ain't gonna work either. And we're gonna have to put this guy into here. It may still be too far. Maybe I should actually do it right like that. All right, general shape. I have that. I think that tip over here is maybe just a bit on the sharp side. So what I can do to make it look appealing from the side is probably gonna have to be this here. And I think that won't completely obstruct what I'm trying to do. Because it still allows a fair access to the door. This one I just have on the wrong spot, I guess. Then we can use this in here. Oh! Clean up some of the edges here. What do we got going on here? I'm scared to see the weight of this ship because I know that's going to be so freaking heavy. You know, I actually don't need to do both sides. I can just focus on one and then we can copy, move it over. All right, let's see. Bottom half of the ship. There is a little bit of a dip that I could actually maybe factor in here. And what it would be is about right around here. These parts right here can probably come out. Because the ship does have like this weird natural dip in it whenever you're looking at it from the side. And what we could probably do is... That didn't go in the right spot. How does that look? I kind of want to get rid of this right here, too. Let's see. That's about right. That's about right. All right, so we'll go ahead and replace this for now. And 6. We'll copy and paste here in a second to get the sides the same. All right, general shape from the side. The only thing I would say is at the back end, I could probably just make the bottom actually a little deeper. Is that what it is? It's got kind of a gradual... What do I want to do with that? I might be actually... What if I do this? Take like one full layer away. That is going to be closer. This block would go maybe like right there. Just like that. I think that's it. Let's put these back in these spots. Oop, not there though. Not there though. Hold on. I think that's it. I think that's it. And then we can kind of optimize the blocks, fix up the ones make it to where we're not using as many different types of blocks once we get the shape kind of roughed out. The only thing is I need something here. And there actually, I believe, is a block that's made specifically for something like that. I believe it's this one. Wrong spot. Wrong spot. Let's see here. I'm going to put a couple in here just so I can help get it to the right spot. Why are you putting it in the wrong spot every time? Here to you, and you, and you. I mean, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. I gotta get half of the ship done, and then I can copy and paste. At least up to this point right here. And then we should be good. Just to the outside of the door. Alright, so the rest of this... Oop, you're not supposed to go there. That's too sharp. That's too sharp. Okay. So these... actually need to go away, I feel like. It's such a tedious process. Maybe that was the issue. Hold on. Maybe I do need to go like one more block down. Let me, I guess, down the middle, let me try to get that figured out. We're going to do just those blocks. That way I know the shape exactly. That might be it. That might be it. I wish there was a block that angled times 2. Is there? There is! A much more gradual, that's perfect, actually. Hold on. That's the shape. All right, so what we're gonna do, so much work. We're gonna delete pretty much everything down this little section right here. We're not going to go all the way from the start. But I can confidently say that this is the angle I'm looking for. Oop. So if we go down the center, now let me just make sure. Is that what I'm looking for? I feel like it does need to go back 1. And then we can do like a blocky, and then that gradual. Oh, and yep. So that's what we need to do. So we need this right here is too sharp. We can probably actually do something along the lines of that right there. And then the beginning, I feel like it's in the right spot. I just feel like right about here. It needs a little bit more of a slower getting into that position. And then I wonder if 6. Hey, look at that. Hello, beautiful. That's it. That's the shape. That's the shape. Now we got to figure out the widths at the bottom. I mean, obviously it's not going to be this. I'm just using it to try to gauge out how wide it should be. One site, that's the one that I would have to change it. All right, so that's not what I was trying to do. That one all of a sudden is too much. All right, so I may have to look at it from this angle here so I can kind of see which ones I've done. I need 0. And we can do 2 blocks there. That actually can stay the way it is. Single block. Hopefully this single block should work, unless, hold on. That might kind of get it. That might kind of get it. I know that there is going to be... Is it this block that I'm looking for? No, that's not the one. Let's see. It's going to be one of these small blocks that I'm looking for. I mean, could it be that one? Isn't this the same as that, right? 8. It's like it needs a triangle in that it's coming up to. Yeah, that's got too many corners. Is there one with a 3-point? This one? That just might be it. Looks like should be able to do 6. Might be a little bit of a sharp angle there. Okay, hold on. I wonder if I was to flip this way, get rid of that. It's close to what I'm looking for. I mean, that's looking pretty good. Could probably work with that. The only thing is... Alright, we won't go that far with it just yet. We'll do this. We'll focus on this. Right. I was going to say, I don't think that's quite the answer just yet. We'll work on this shape a little bit more after. Let me just make sure that this looks right. That's... hold on. No, that's good. I think that's perfect. Because the other thing is up here, eventually there will be that as well. And that matches up the back and almost perfectly. All right, this is slowly coming in. Now we can kind of focus on the roundness of the ship. And I think we've almost perfectly got that almost like bellied thicker than the top of this ship. We can definitely go out a whole nother layer on the thicker part of the ship. Before we continue to go up, well, maybe not. Hold on. Yeah, that may be a bit over. That may be a bit over. Hold on. Let's see if I do this instead. That's got it. I think that's got it. This here, because this is supposed to be the widest part of the ship. So I will say that what I can do is this right here. then we'll start kind of optimizing some of the parts, making sure that we're not using too many pieces to do the same thing. However, that is the curve. That is the curve of the ship. So just to kind of help follow that natural curve, we'll replace these. Because this should follow it pretty well the entire length of the ship. Which, as you can see, it pretty much does help perfectly get that one side there. Which means that probably these two need to be taken out. Changed out with this here. We're just gonna introduce some of the other flaws with some of this other stuff. This is whenever this little piece right here would come in handy. Oh, I wonder if we have the same thing except for with the triangle. There? There it is. Uh-huh. All right, where's the 0 at again? That could be its own little thing. Up to the door, which is going to be just up until we get these. That will have the little triangle piece. Not that triangle piece. This triangle piece. And I think we're there. We can take that one out. I think we're okay. This front can be a little bit more blunted for the most part. Hold on, I'm probably gonna have to actually get inside the ship for this. Oh yeah, that will have to go there. I'm probably just going to put one of these in. Right there at the very back. There we are. There we are. If I have to, we can do a little bit of other stuff. So we can continue to round out some of this stuff as well. I'm kind of wondering if I was to have maybe put this here versus just doing that hard stop right there. But it would be a different piece. Hold on. It's got to be one that has like the 3 coin. There it is, right there. That's the one. That's the one I'm talking about. This one. Number 2. Except for I have it upside down. Hey! Alright, so what do we got going on here? It's gonna be kind of that same situation. We can get rid of this one. We can place this one and follow it up with one of these guys. To help just kind of smooth out the corners, the jagged edges. There we go. There we go. Look at that. We're learning and going. And this one's going to be kind of that same situation. Oh, hold on. This one's going to be more of this situation here. All right, let's see. Now we can get rid of this block here. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. Okay. I don't think that necessarily looks bad there. I think that actually works out pretty well. We'll try to optimize some of those parts a little bit better here in a bit. But I will say, hold on. Now that I got this piece, I am curious on one thing. Yes, I do want that actually. Oh, but I got it looking so good right there too, though. So that's why I can't go all the way up to the front, huh? It's because I can't block the door. That's right. Well, is there anything else? It's a little bit of a sharp until right here. So I'm kind of wondering if I was to do this. Oh, yeah. That, I think, is a little bit closer because it does have a little bit of it, but then it kind of... The only thing is I wish I could do one right there. But unfortunately, I think it would get in the way of loading. Because I need to be able to get in and out of the door. I'll look into it a little bit more here in a bit. But I'm not going to stress too much over it. All right. Let's see. Well, you know what? Let me see something real fast. If I was to get this... Hold on. I wonder. I don't think it's going to be worth it in the end. Let's see. And then it would have to be like one of these big blocks is the only thing that butt up to it. And that's going to be the problem. Is I can't have the entrance occluded like that. It'll be fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm done stressing over it. I said I wasn't going to, and then I did. And I shouldn't have. I should have stuck with my word. I knew what I was talking about. All right, so looking at it, the only other thing that needs to be connected is right there. But I'm honestly thinking I don't know if that's chunky enough at the bottom. It's not. So what it needs I think I got rid of my single chunk, didn't I? And then from there, I'm kind of thinking it will be which I'm sure I'll have to make some adjustments to, but I just want to see if that's got its chunkiness involved. I think it does pretty well, actually. And then the only other thing I can think of is we can actually round out the bottom with these. There we go. This one right here might need to be changed into... It's gonna have to have the square box. Not quite. What do we got? Maybe? Get out of here. That might be it. Hold on. Getting too wide on that one. Otherwise, frame's looking great. Alright, I gotta figure out what I'm going to do to connect these. Can I just do... I'm just gonna do these for now. Ooh. You're not gonna work there. This might work with the normal... Is it a flat surface that I need? Is that it? It needs to bow out some more, though. At least is what I feel like. Maybe this one needs to go. I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to find some of these. No, not with these. Because it definitely needs that thickness down there. Okay. I don't mind this, however. I think that is actually relatively perfect. Where's it at? 0? Now this one, however, we could probably work at maybe trying to do something like that. Maybe this isn't the piece I'm looking for. Maybe. Or maybe it is, and I just have it going the wrong way. Maybe I need the triangle. Not even the triangle? What other pieces do I have? What's this one look like? Except for it had to go that way. I need it to be able to rotate. Is there a second one of these? I'm trying to figure this out. Like, it's gonna... God dang it. Hold on. That might be right, actually. Hold on. And then we got the other relatively fatter, chunkier piece. This is a lot of time and effort for a ship I'm probably just going to destroy. Alright, there's a second one of these. There's gotta be... almost right. But still not quite there. Alright, let's see. I need to clean these out. I'm starting to get... Okay. I haven't even started the tough part of the ship. And I'm not gonna lie, that almost looks solid as is. Going into that. Almost. Alright, so... I guess, is there a... What am I looking for? It'd be like a triangle... and a square. Triangle, square. Square, triangle. This is what I'm looking for. This is actually the exact piece I'm looking for. I just don't know which one. Except for that's the problem. It's... same thing except for... more in this form. Maybe? I don't think that's it, though. Triangle on all sides. Those are too big. Let's see what this looks like. Hey, that is the piece. It just orients super freaking weird. Look at us go. Oh yeah, this is the next weird piece. Kind of makes me wonder, is this my solution? Not quite. Alright, let's see. Comes to a point, be squared up to a point. That almost sounds... What kind of point, though? Because I almost feel like I need to use one of these guys here. Longer angle. Maybe? It might actually be a solid option for something more over here. No. Is that how chunky I want the backside to be? This is the one that sticks out like a sore thumb, which is the one that I just placed. Okay, so that's not going to be it. Also, this piece right here is going to have to do some sort of changing. We'll work more on that here in a second. I'm kind of wondering... Let me go back to putting some of these down. Not these, not these. Hold on. That's got a good rough shape. Okay. This one right here should have a particular shape that does that. Scared to delete it, but let's see. Does that got it? Does that got it? We got this weird thing sticking out. I think that's got it. I think that's got it. All right, all right. Now we just gotta try to fill in some of these gaps. All right, hold on, hold on. Alright, so this is where I would need a triangle to point. I feel like it's losing a little bit of meatiness right here. Like this right here is supposed to come down some more. It's just like this one particular spot. Triangle down to a point. Already have that right there, number 4. Triangle down to a point. And then 3 maybe? Yeah, that ain't gonna work for that one, huh? Sheesh. Uh-huh. I wonder if this would actually be one of the spots that this one would be good at. So what am I trying to do here? Let's get rid of this. Essentially triangle base. And then one retaining 4 sides. Yeah, that's got to be it, right? It's got to be this one. What does that look like? It's not too bad. Not my absolute favorite, but not too bad. I don't want to spend too much more time on it, though. Almost got everything mapped out. Let's see. There we go. Is this it? Eh. Getting closer and closer. What are we looking for? Let me play with these two real quick. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. What it is I need to find something that'll do this here. Hold on. Hold on. It would have to be one of these here. Maybe that. Could be that. I'll grab it too. Alright, let's start off with this one. we got the smaller one. I gotta find something like a weird shaped triangle that would do that. I'll look for that piece in a bit. Let's continue on here. Some of these pieces are just so interesting. 8. So it's got to be something that comes to a point, kind of like this. So I'm kind of wondering if I was just to put one of these here, what would that look like? So the problem is half of it sticks out. So what I can do to replace that is trying to start thinking a little bit more logically. That part can stay, but what we need is a triangle to flat. Just like that, maybe? Is there another one of these that do the other? This one. There we go. So triangle up to a point. Is that the piece? Is that really it? Almost, almost. A single point. There we go. We're slowly getting there. Oh, that's a weird one. Let me look at it again. Okay, so 1 block wide, 2 blocks long, 2 blocks tall. It's got to be one of these. That's not it, is it? I don't know what I'm trying to do here. I'm really stumped on this one. Again, my most hyped about coming out. Why haven't I heard any of these messages popping up? That's annoying. Ah, it is what it is. Where am I? That actually almost does it. 4 corners up to almost a single point. See, that would suggest that these guys right here would handle it. That's my thing. Like one of these guys right here, I feel like is the solution. I think that's it. I think that was it. Might have it. trying to see here. If it was, it would be something more along the lines of that. No, I don't like that at all. So far, I'm thinking that this was our better option. What's that? Hey, how's it going? Come on. You make it home safe? Where are you? Should be this here. It's close. What was that? You don't want to know everything that's going on. And yes, we did. We got around at 9 a.m. and passed out. Nice. And why wouldn't I want to know? Makes me want to know even more, actually, you know. Can't just say that. Is that the issue with this one? It should be a square to a point off the edge. Is that what that piece should be? That's not what I meant to do. Wait, where did this come from? A lot of drama. She's stirring things up again. Well, that's not good. Ah. Is that what it's needing? That's not it quite either. At this point, it's almost better just to have this one. Then it sticks out past that. I wonder. In its place. Gotcha. No, I gotcha. I'm sorry to hear that. That's awful. There's no way to get home from a big vacation to come home to. That's for sure. Some of these pieces, it's just really hard to get my head wrapped around, though, on this. Well, hopefully it gets worked out sooner than later, because nobody has time for that crap. I'm not gonna lie, I'm almost thinking that this is what I need to go for. And then what I would have to do to correct that, just find a piece right there, which is going to be this one here. I think I've been making that a little overly complicated. There it is. That's not bad. Are the kiddos with school and the puppy? The puppy's doing great. Kiddos with school, not too bad for the first day. Hopefully we keep having decent days. If we could do that, we'll be all right. What do I want to do here? Is this one or no? It's not. I'm kind of wondering. Triangle down to 2. I want to see this piece here real quick. All right. Am I making this more complicated than it should be? Square going up kind of to a point. Also. Yeah, but the kids are doing great. Puppy's doing great. Puppy's a little menace, however. Which I guess is expected. There we go. That's the orientation. That's the orientation. Now I just gotta figure this mess out right here. Triangle almost to a square? Almost like these here? How does that look? I mean, it is right. It's just, it's too thick. Can we get that same thing? I don't think we can we? Because I don't think that that's the right piece either. So what if I look for a regular triangle block that goes up to a square block? That's something... Is that what I'm looking for? The angles don't match, it's the only thing. Maybe 9. Not perfect, but it fills the gaps. Are we finally done with the bottom? Is all the pieces here, all the geometry? Ugh, there's a hole. There's a massive hole right there. All right, let's see. I don't think most of that looks bad, however. And I think we could knock this out fairly quickly. All right, let's see here. What kind of pieces do I got? This should kind of narrow out relatively quickly. All right, so instead of this, what if we did... something like that. Grab this guy right here. We can do the from the square one. It still leaves like a big patch of nothing there. All right, let's see. Let me look at this again. Square to triangle. 4x4 maybe? I wonder if this one here will work. All right, let's see. And then triangle to flat. Yeah. Just like that one, except... I guess there is only one. No, I kind of like that piece there, actually. Let's put that back. All right, so... triangle down. Triangle to a square, long. Let's say I think we're almost going too sharp right there. Almost like we could... Let me just do this real quick. Just to kind of mark out. Alright, that's too much. What about the triangle one? Triangle to triangle? What would that be? About right there? Ah. Looking at it. That right there needs to change to the bigger, wider. I mean, it's getting really close. All right, let's see. What do we got? It's mostly this space right here that needs filled. That seems pretty close to being right. Too far. All right. Let's see. What do we got? I can see this piece right here. Triangle. It's like that definitely like right there needs to go. That there needs to go. That, however, is mostly fine. So it makes me wonder. Put one of these in there. Watch me do all this work and then my ship's too heavy to take off. Alright. I think this might do it. Do I got the wrong one? I do. I thought I did. Hold on. Alright, how's that look? I think that I should be able to do this. Oh no, I can't. Well, fine then. I wonder, is there one like that? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. I mean, to be fair, it does kind of look good. All right, so I was gonna say that's the only thing. It's not worth it doing all of that. Alright, we're gonna leave that there. And we got that other piece there. And that's there. I think we've got the outer shell finally taken care of. So what we're gonna do is split her in two. I can't mirror, can I? Oh man, that's gonna... Alright, so I can't do it quite this big. I guess it'll still work technically. It's just, it's gonna take a little bit more than just a simple... It would have been so nice if it would allow me to mirror or flip. So all we can do is a single line. I don't even know if we can do that. God dang. Because that wasn't an option, right? Flipping? Flipping wasn't an option. It was not a thing I seen it offer, was it? Hold on, just out of curiosity. Place duplicate. Alright. Well... Let's see here. I'm gonna see. Because I really kind of needed to... I really needed to, Huh. Oh, come on. Is that an engineering thing game? Yeah, kind of. You basically have to make a ship, but they They're about to make me fix up everything, and there's some shortcuts you can do in the game, but it's not letting me. Because what I need is this on this side, except for I need it reflected. I need it flipped. That way I don't have to redo all of that other side on this side. Because it does no good for me to have 2 copies of this. The only thing I can think of that I could do... Alright. What we can do is we can do it in bands. And I think it should keep the right orientation if I do it that way. I hope it can help my math isn't mathing. Fair enough, fair enough. Alright, so I don't think... I'm trying to see. Where did I get the first mark at on here? It should have started where? Right here? Was that? I think the top is important to get in perfectly. Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to do it in bands, I think. It's either that or I'm gonna have to redo this whole side onto this side. So I'm trying to see where I got that left off at. Why is there pieces missing? Alright, let's do another copy. Let's get rid of this copy and make another copy. Because I don't know exactly where. And I could go in there and try to fix it. There's a higher chance I mess up if I do that. So let's just delete that one. I must have did something extra whenever I deleted the doors. So we're going to take center point, which should be about right around in here. Is that center? A little too far. Come on. There we go. We got it all. Should capture this whole half pretty perfectly. Make it thin, then you can do the fix. That's kind of what I'm doing. So I'll show you what I'm about to do. 'Cause that's the only thing I could think of. But I need to make a pretty good copy of it. So if I do that. We're gonna have to delete the center tiles because I'm not gonna need duplicates of those, because those are gonna be on that one. That's where I messed up, is I think I accidentally deleted that one. But I still actually should need that one. These here, I shouldn't need. Those I will. This I will not. There we go. Exactly half of a ship. Let me see something. Make sure I don't have any singles. And then these right here are gonna have to go. There we go. All right. It's actually going to be width, because if I go length, it's just going to run into the same problem that whenever I rotate it, it's either going to be upside down or facing the wrong way. But if I take simple bands going this way, I should be able to replicate it a little bit easier. But even then, I'm probably going to come in with some problems. But if I make little simple planes, all right, not like that. I think I just need it from this side, right? All right, so G plane down. No, what is it? I think it's... Alright, I'm about to lose the orientation of this. Hold on. Oh, there it is. That's what I was trying to do. Alright, orientation of this was initially... that. Yeah, this... it does. It really does. Alright, so what I need for it is be in there like that, but that part needs to be out. So, if I do this... That's kind of right. The only thing is that one part is upside down. It's just one little thing that I needed, and it would have all worked out perfectly. It's alright. We'll get through it. We'll get through it. The other thing is I actually, one of the things I can do to help try to keep me from doing this over and over again. Hey, I'm doing alright. How are you? How's everybody doing? Alright. Let's get rid of those. We've already got that splice. Doing great. Good to hear. Good to hear. Next splice. Alright, alright. So. Hold on. What? You stream every day? I stream a lot of days. I don't stream every day. Oh, right. That's not what I was trying to do. But I also realized another thing. This here needs to be rotated. There we go. Maybe that's what I should be doing. We can just do like a little tiny chunk of blocks at a time. Definitely don't have to get too many blocks in it at one time. What was that? What's your go-to? My go-to games? Hold on, how do I confirm? Oh, E. My go-to games, I do a variety of games. So I usually stick with indie games. I also have, a lot of horror games as well, strategy games, things like that. That's what I enjoy the most. All right, there we go. There we go. This might do all right. This might do all right. Come on. Does that all look right? Does that all look right? Mostly. That right there may not be completely right, though. Hold on. What was that? Well, thanks for the follow, Emma. DVD in horror games, Dead by Daylight. I've done it one time. It's all right. I like it. I'm not going to say I'm in love with it and I do it a lot. I've only played it the one time. I would play it again. Definitely don't have a problem with the game. Just, I think I kind of came in a little bit after that. It had been a thing for a while. So I've never really worked on that one too much. All right, so. It would be so easy if I could just... Alright. What we can do. Let's flip. And then we can... we're getting there. One tiny block at a time. I feel... Is that right? That looks right. Or not? Yeah. What else? You just stream on Kick, or also I stream on other platforms as well. I stream on YouTube, Kick, TikTok, and Twitch. I don't want to do too much starting in the back. Let's see if we can get this middle road taken care of. I feel like it's going to be a little bit easier. Because it's essentially just this stretch of things here. And I should just be able to bloop straight over. And then we could do kind of the same with some of this. At least up to there. This orientation or anything like that doesn't matter on those particular pieces. Then we got this here. Beautiful. What was that? Why don't you add a custom gaming logo? I'm good, bruh. It has been a little while. All right. Oh, wait. Hold on. I can't do that. I gotta move you back over and put you in here. Kind of the same with you. I just wish it was that easy. There we go. Start stream soon, so I hired a nurse. I'm okay. Really? I'm okay. I did that as complicated as I could imagine. Hey, we're going slowly, but it's happening. Not nearly as fast as I wish, but it's going. Hold on. I just realized that this one over here, I'm gonna have to do that one first, and then we can follow up with this one. because I need to rotate this one. Like that. There we go. Hold on. I can do both of these at the same time. I should be able to do both of these pretty easily at the same time. Oh, come on. There we go. This is so tedious. Alright, the good news is I believe every one of these are all the same. And since that's the case, I should just naturally be able to... No. And then... There we go. And depending on how these are... Shay, I don't know. Is that gonna work? That looks about right. That looks about right. Alright, let's see. Uh-huh. All right. All right, let's start with these. And coming off of that should be that. And there should be one. There you are. I'm pretty sure that's right. And then this right here, there shouldn't really be too much of anything to do with it. Should just be able to plop that right over without any issues. This one has to get rotated. Yeah, that's right. That should be right. I will say though, however, these right here aren't right. Alright, we'll mess with that more later. Let's worry about these. Aha. Aha. That's probably part of some of the problems. Which makes me wonder. Yeah, go figure. So that one was the one that was wrong. That's supposed to go there. Oh, yeah. I don't know if I could see where that one would go. Oh, wait. So there is one that does stick out. It kind of goes that way. There it is. Where's it at? It's like it was supposed to go right there. Oh, I think I see what's going on. It was that. Alright, we're slowly figuring out the missing pieces. And we've almost got the whole bottom half of the shell done. Say I feel like it would go in there more like that, which would make sense for this. Slide right there. There we go. Oh, wait. Aha. I was gonna say, that can't be right though, right? Okay, I was gonna say, it's gotta go like that, surely, right? Okay. Oh, thank God. Something a little bit more simple. All right. All right. Looky there, we're getting so close. All right, let's do like one at a time. I think this is one of those pieces that I can't actually replace. Like, I have to have the opposing piece to it. Which would be why I'm having a little bit of trouble snatching it in there. We can try to find it. What is it? Square to point. Yeah, so there's this one, and then there's this one. Neither one of these are actually right. Hold on. It would be this one or this one. But where in the heck does it go? Aha! Sheesh. There we go. I feel like this might need to go up some. What is... No, that I guess is right. And then there's just a random one missing, which is part of the issue. All right. I guess as long as they line up. Oh, wait. I think I see. I guess let me fix that real fast. I feel like that's where that would go. All right. So it's facing like this. There's a triangle missing somewhere. Is it missing on that side too? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Oh, I have an extra one. That's why that looks funny. All right. We are indeed. Slowly getting to where we need to be. Isn't that one of the ones that is a little bit like it has to have a copy? That's this guy here. And I think this is the opposing one. Which one do we have here? It's like, didn't I just play one of those? Is that right? Is that right? No? Hey, how's it going? Oh wow, I'm missing all of y'all. Just follow. Thank you, Flocknug. Ah, TikTok, you make me so upset. We'll pull some stuff. That is not the same. That one is not the same. Can I... Will this one rotate? Will this one rotate correctly? It will. It will. There we go. There we go. Now that's the only hole that's left to fill. I made a Discord. Okay, now. Pull up your next live and get some ideas. Oh, yeah. Let's see. I bet that goes there. That probably goes there. Aha! Let's say. Let's get rid of those. that would actually go right there. Darn it. All right. There's also something, I think it was this. So that's there. Those are there. That's there. That's there. And we got those all there. Are we potentially done? This right here, whatever's going on here is wrong. Ugh. All right. Do we finally have it? I say something don't look right here. Sheesh. All right, let's see. I'm gonna bring out the little welder. And we're gonna take a look at some of this. I'm starting to see a couple of little flaws. Alright, there's gotta be... What about this one? I'm just accidentally hitting stuff from the inside. I'm not getting exactly why that wouldn't seal all the way. But I guess it's kind of whatever. That one I can. I can 100% see this one. Triangle. Ah. So that's also one of the other things. These two little spots, I don't have them on the other side. Oh yeah, I do. Guess I'm just having a hard time seeing them on the other. Oh man, that was some work. I'm kind of curious. 6,000? Not too bad. I am curious though. Very curious. See, that is one of the other things that's kind of annoying, is you can't really do any kind of strange angles. Then we'd have to what? We'd have... something along these lines here. something like that. Darn. Is there a square? Square. Oh, thanks. All right, let's see. The thing is that's about as close as I can get. All right, what if we were to not focus so much on the framed glass? I don't know. I need to take a little bit of a break from this game at the moment, though. It's fun, but jeez. I mean, I guess, hold on. I can put... the dampeners on. So I feel like we gotta make this is one of the most straightforward parts about this whole thing. And then maybe a little bit of extra right. There we go. Anyways, all right. I think I need to save or something. Is there a save option? There we go. All right. You can only change your skin from the main menu. Yeah, let's try to. Oh, that's it for right now, guys. I'll probably try to hop back on here in a little bit again. I'm not entirely sure. I do work the next couple nights, so I won't be on as much over the weekend, but you know, it is what it is. I hope y'all like it. We'll see whenever I can try to get back in here again. If you liked the video, like it. If you dislike it, hit that dislike button. If you want to see whenever I go live in the future or post future content, hit that subscribe button to make sure that notification bell is turned on. That way you are notified of whenever I go live or post future content. Otherwise, y'all have a wonderful day or night depending on where you're watching at in the world. And until next time, I say goodbye.